Please subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, let's go over a little bit of positional games, positional rondos that are one touch. So let's start off with basic here. We got 6 versus 2 one touch. So you can see here we got 2 defenders, we got 6 on the outside. This is, the players can move 2 or 3 feet either direction. We're looking for, obviously if we get the ball here, are these penetrating balls on? If the penetrating balls are not on, are these first line balls on? It's all about scanning, body orientation before you receive the ball. So this is a nice simple setup. If you have younger kids, maybe you want to try a 4v1 one touch before you get into this. If you're really at a level that's not ready, you could even start with no defenders in the middle and just get used to hitting that ball one touch in a rondo type of a shape. Let's move on. How we build this, let's go 7v3 right now. So now your center midfielder is in the middle here. And this really needs to be, the player always needs to be scanning, always needs to get a body orientation that's going to allow for the best options to be played. Can we get this on the back foot, maybe one touch in here? It really depends. Do we play the way we're facing? It all depends on what the situation is around this player. That's why this player has to constantly be scanning and constantly adjusting their position so they find themselves in between players. Because if they know they're in between players, then it's about body orientation of what passing options are available to them one touch based upon their body orientation, because they've already done the job scanning before the ball gets to them, so they know that they're in between players. Let's build that up a little bit more. Now we have 8 against 4. So not only does this player in the middle need to be aware of what's around them on the outside and need to figure out where these spaces are in between the 4 players, they also need to be aware of where this partner player is in the middle as well. You can do all kinds of things with these rondos, just so you have an idea. Say you play one touch here, right? The next pass then can be 2 touch if you want. Then the next pass, 1 touch, then 2 touch. Any of these type of rules you want, these constraints, really good to put in so the players get used to different constraints. You can have all the guys on the outside 2 touch, all the guys on the inside 1 touch. Reverse that, so the guys on the outside are 1 touch, guys on the inside are 2 touch. However you want to run this to create different environments. But really, this is all about in between players, scan, body orientation. These are positional games that when it relates to the bigger game, it's in between lines and in between players. And those are the foundations of positional play, which can be applied even if you're not a positional play team per se. These are still fundamentals that every player needs to understand. And all these positional plays, these positional games, should be a staple in your club methodology.